Hey everyone, my name is Anna. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to look at what I consider to be some of the most exemplary or admirable qualities of the INFP type. So what I feel like is at the center of what's most admirable about us is one of our most widely known qualities, which is our authenticity, our devotion to being true to ourselves and true to our values. So broadly speaking, I would say that our authenticity is definitely one of our most admirable traits. But I'm going to dig a little deeper into this because when I reflect on the authenticity of the INFP, I begin to see it as a kind of journey with several parts. And within each of these parts, I can see more specifically why it is that this authenticity is so exemplary or admirable. So the first part of the journey, as I see it, is our inward focus, an internal reflection that gives forth a self-knowledge which is the building block for being true to ourselves. And then the second part is the fruits that this inward reflection bears. So what emerges, what gets created from this self-knowledge that we have acquired. And then thirdly is this overall healing and harmonizing effect that our authenticity can bring into our lives and into our worlds. So as INFPs, we are notorious for being internally focused. With our dominant function being introverted feeling, much of our attention and energy goes to an internal reflection and consulting our internal subjective experiences. And even though this is second nature for us, there are elements about it that I find really exemplary. And first and foremost on that list is a quiet disobedience, or a largely unspoken but considerable rebelliousness. Because, like I said in my misfit video, we obey ourselves first. We adhere, first and foremost, to our own internal structures. I think we will happily agree to and obey any external structure if, and only if, it happens to align with what we've already decided on and chosen internally. But if those external structures don't align with our internal truths and internal values, there's very little chance that we will willingly go along with them. So this internal focus creates an internal authority, which creates a rebelliousness that I find really exemplary because it shows resoluteness and it shows lucidity. It's admirable to stand your own ground and to walk your own way. Which leads me to the second part, which I see as what emerges or what gets created from staying true to ourselves. And what I find exemplary about the fruits that an INFP can bear is not only the genuineness and the uniqueness that we can bring to our endeavors, but also, and in particular, the fact that more often than not, we grow those fruits, our projects, our visions, our lifestyles, our life choices, inside of relatively difficult conditions. And of course, it's true that life will bring difficult and challenging conditions to everybody in some way or another. But I think that any time that being authentic takes priority over conformity, there is a significant loss of understanding, of recognition, of encouragement, and there is a lot of support that is given up. If you're going to walk your own path, a large part of that walking is done alone. And another large part of that walking is done walking in opposite direction to almost everyone else. Either way, it takes a lot of fortitude to keep walking. And that fortitude, that bravery, that backbone is something that I find really exemplary about the INFP journey. And then finally, in a kind of essential way, the authenticity of the INFP is a force of healing and harmonizing in our lives. Because when we focus internally, when we acquire self-knowledge, we become our own authority and we give ourselves permission to be who we are, even in the face of adversity and disagreement. And then we become a space and a stand for others to do the same, for others to acquire the same freedom, for others to give themselves the same permission to be true to themselves. And this is a healing force. This creates harmony within, and harmony within creates harmony without. Whether or not people have a strong need to walk to the beat of their own drum or to be rebellious or to be nonconformist, everyone has a need to allow themselves to be who they are, to accept and express the truth of themselves. And the INFP authenticity can serve as an example or a beacon or simply a space of acceptance. And I think this force of healing and harmonizing that our authenticity is exemplary and admirable and praiseworthy. Thank you so much for watching. This is the last video in the little Praising the INFP series. So to summarize, in this series I looked at why I think the INFP is funny, enchanting, powerful, endearing, and exemplary. Much love, and I will see you next time.